Oh, we are heading out of our Airbnb in St. John's. We have had a wonderful 3 or 4 days here. We went to the Newfoundland Labrador Folk Festival. We explored the city, so if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch last week. Now we are heading out to explore the rest of Newfoundland, so thanks for coming along. So we're heading up to the town of Bonavista at the very top of one of the peninsulas to see a puffin colony up there. We've got an Airbnb for one night so we can make sure and see some puffins. On the way up the peninsula, we've stopped at this little village of Trinity, Newfoundland, and what a lovely little seaside village. And even here, 3 hours away from St. John's, you can see they've continued the colorful painting of all the buildings and the houses here. I love that about Newfoundland. I don't think I've mentioned it on our channel before, but Jason and I love to have regional soundtracks when we're driving around areas. We love to drive and do road trips. We're sometimes in the car for hours at a time, and we always like to hone in on the music of the area where we are. So when we're in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee, we listen to Dolly Parton and Johnny Cash. When we're in Texas, we listen to Will Rogers and Gene Autry. And when we're in California, it's the Beach Boys. But when we're in Newfoundland, we listen to North Atlantic folk music.
I seen it all arise and fall, now the fishing stocks are gone. It's a different way of life, but we'll go on. We face the icy winds and cold out on the northern sea, where the cod stocks made a living once for me. I remember years ago when men they made their daily catch, with the cod tongues from the heads of fish we'd snatch. For a bucket pound we'd all go down close by the water's edge, and we'd wait for skulls to fall down from the ledge. And if I stare out long enough over the mist upon the bay, I can still see men in the morning sail away. I believe I see a vision in my dreams from on this rock, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog.
We have seen plenty of RVs in Newfoundland, large RV campgrounds with big fifth wheels on them, and we could have brought the RV here. It's a 10-hour ferry ride from Cape Breton over to Newfoundland Island, but we figured for the size of our RV, it would have probably cost about $500 to bring the rig over here. Now, once you tack on campground fees after that and gas, diesel gas, you know, that's a big expense. So we decided that we would rather buy cheap plane tickets and pay for Airbnbs. It may be a wash in the end, you know, of what it might have cost, but this way we feel like we're getting away on a vacation. You know, when you take your house everywhere, sometimes it feels like you're not really getting away, even though we're in, you know, beautiful exotic places all the time. But we do work from our rig. Jason works full-time as a consultant with pastors who are starting new churches, if you didn't know that, and I am a part-time virtual assistant for an accounting firm. So we do work constantly from the road, and sometimes it's a little hard to get away from our work when we're constantly in our house. So this week, we have both taken the whole week off as a vacation from our jobs, and we just wanted to get away from the RV for a little bit and have this adventure, so that's what we chose. This has got to be one of the most picturesque towns we've ever seen in our lives.
Beautiful.
It rivals many little villages that we have discovered in Europe as being very quaint.
that if I stare out long enough over the mist upon the bay, I can still see men in the morning sail away. I believe I see a vision in my dreams from on this rock, rise from the seas like ghosts out in the fog.
All right, we're just dumping our stuff off at this little cute attic Airbnb in Bonavista. We're gonna head right out and see what we can do because we're only here for one night, so let's get going. Alrighty. So puffins are the national or provincial bird of Newfoundland, and they're those kind of funny parody penguin-y looking black and white birds. And there's countless whale tour and puffin tour boat tours that you could take all around Newfoundland. But this site, 15 minutes away from Bonavista, is the only place that you can walk up and see the puffins, supposedly. There's just a fence that blocks people from getting to the Puffin Colony, and supposedly the puffins will come right up to the fence. So we're gonna see if we can see any right now. If we can't, we'll come back tomorrow morning, but we are determined to see some puffins on this trip. Whoops, we forgot we brought binoculars in the car just for this purpose. For months, Jason has been saying, don't forget to take the binoculars to Newfoundland. And we got all the way out here, we forgot them in the car, so he's coming.
Cool. Oh, this is great with the binoculars.
Now I don't see any fence at all, so it must have been taken down for some reason. It seems like most of the puffins are on the rock that's across the water, so you actually can't really walk over there anyway, and maybe they took the fence down so people could get a little bit closer. But there are several pairs of puffins right along the coast right here, you can see, that are within arm's length of where you can stand.
Good eye.
But we saw them, and we saw plenty.
Yeah,
hundreds of them here.
And then dozens that were super, super close.
They're still nesting. I haven't seen any baby chicks. The puffins are only here from about April to September, which is their mating and hatching season. For the rest of the year, they're out at sea. So summer is the prime time to see them. How special. This is really great.
Well worth doing. Mowing the lawn.
Pony mowing the lawn. It's tied to the porch.
But I got a circular lawn.
Hey, that was a great fast stop in Bonavista. Those puffins were amazing. Wow, what a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Now we are heading still further west up to another peninsula at Twillingate. On the way, we may stop at a national park. We'll see. So we've pulled over here to a pit stop at Terra National Park. Canada has 47 national parks. There are 2 on Newfoundland Island. And Terra Nova is the smaller one. It's about 400 square kilometers here. We are just stopping here because the Trans-Canada Highway goes right through the park. It's on our way and it's almost exactly halfway in our drive today. So we just wanted to stretch our legs a little bit and see the visitor center. We're not going to do any hikes here really, but we kind of wanted to check it out just to see what it is. Tomorrow we are heading to the very far west coast of Newfoundland to Gros Morne National Park, which is 4.5 times larger than Terra Nova. So we're looking forward to doing some hiking and more exploring over there. But I wanted to get out and stretch our legs for a few minutes. The Atlantic water is so cold, it fogs up the glass, so they give you these little squeegees. That's nice. Look at this blue lobster.
Yeah, lobsters should be pretty blue.
Okay, we just do a little walk. We have just arrived in Twillingate and we are in for a surprise. We were exploring doing an iceberg tour and we had read that iceberg season is really April to May and we're kind of past it now in July and probably not worth going out on a boat, so we thought, well, never mind. But we drove into Twillingate Beach and look what we found. Wow. Is that what you want?
See the other two that are down there?
Yeah. Not with this one.
So you touched an iceberg.
Just stand back a little bit so I can get some. Perfect. It's another adorable Airbnb. Very cute. Again, we're only here for one night, but we have this entire cottage to ourselves. Got a nice walking trail just north of Twillingate at French Beach. Looks like they have quite an extensive trail system here out along the coast. Really, really beautiful. Having a nice walk before dinner. Don't know.
More hikers.
As we're hiking up this very rocky, steep rock ledge here, I said, it reminds me of our hikes in the Southwest last year, not because it looks the same, but because the desert landscape was so foreign to us when we were exploring out there. And this landscape, even though there's tons of trees here, this rocky kind of craggy coast is also very foreign to us.
Be more over there.
And there are a few more icebergs that we can see way off in the distance. Wow, what a spectacular hike. French's Beach is part of a wider loop trail over to Spiller's Cove as well. The entire loop is 3 miles. We're doing a shorter alternate route that is about 1.5 miles. Just spectacular views.
Yeah, and it changes. There's so many different little ecologies here. What are those plants?
Oh, pretty. They look like pitcher plants. Yeah. The purple pitcher plant is the provincial flower of Newfoundland and Labrador. Really beautiful. So that was a yummy seafood dinner. I just want to talk for a minute about the unique foods on Newfoundland Island. Historically, Newfoundland has been a huge cod fishing culture and fisherman culture, obviously. But in 1992, the Canadian government put an embargo on cod fishing because the population was dwindling so much they were almost gone.
It was down like 1% of its peak, so they wiped out like 35,000 jobs or people moved, so it's a whole...
And the embargo is still going on today. It was only supposed to be temporary.
One of the songs at the festival was highlighting that as a really good song. Maybe we'll hear it a little
But
bit.
there's still cod served everywhere on the island. We've had it twice now. I just had fish tacos with cod in it. Jason had fried cod. At pub the other day, we had cod bites that were little fried things. So I think that they are importing cod from other countries
like
now
Norway,
because they still
Russia,
eat so much of it. So you'll see cod everywhere. And then there's these little fried bread dough things called tautons. Those are also very traditional. They're usually served with a molasses, and we had that the other night.
It came about from leftover bread dough being like, how would you use it? So it's a little like a thicker version. If you ever had like fried dough in the U.S. at a fair, this would be thicker. So instead
Very
of flattened
dense.
as much, they still keep it kind of, so it's kind of between fried dough and a biscuit. It's sort of in there, fried, and then it's delicious.
Dip it in molasses
with it.
And then the traditional drink here is rum, and a screech rum seems to be the brand of choice.
So we had a little screech.
There's a little ceremony that you can do called a screech in to initiate you into Newfoundland culture.
We have not done that yet.
We have not done it, but we've seen it around. There's you have to kiss a cod, like a real codfish. You kiss a frozen cod. You you drink a shot of rum, and you have to say some phrase or something. All right, we're going to head up to the Twillingate Lighthouse and see if we can maybe catch sunset up there. Sunset is not until 9:15 at night here, so we've got plenty of daylight to explore. Keep finding more and more icebergs as we drive around. Keep pulling off the side of the road and there's more icebergs. Look at this great little campground parking lot. There's all kinds of RVs parked up there with a great view of the bay and these icebergs. We did, yeah. Wow, what a wonderful first exploration that we have had into rural Newfoundland. Those puffins in Bonavista were wonderful. Once in a lifetime, we could almost touch them. It was so great. And then to see those icebergs in Twillingate, we were not expecting that. What a great surprise. Thanks so much for coming along with us. Next week, we are going to head to the very western edge of Newfoundland to the Grossmore National Park and up to a Viking village. We will see you then. Until then, have a great week. Thanks. Bye, guys.